Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Frightmare bundle of October 2023 for Halloween, to help you in picking your 7 games. By using the link provided in the description below, not only will you gain access to this bundle, but you also have the opportunity to support this channel. Your support would mean the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Also, while the DreadX collections could be great selections, I've gone through quite a few of them in detail in a previous video, and you can watch it here. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Obey Me, a game that presents itself as a game with 2 distinct facets. On one side, it offers a competent top-down brawler experience, replete with combos, versatile weapons, special moves, and a slew of demonic adversaries to confront and murder. On the other side, it serves up a poorly written narrative about a demon hunter named Vanessa Held and her talking hellhound, Monty, attempting to thwart demons in their nefarious escapades. Vanessa, the central character, radiates teenage angst and wields a fondness for knives and sarcasm. The attempt to channel iconic characters like Buffy or Devil May Cry's Nero through her character becomes grafting due to an overemphasis on sarcasm. Monty, Vanessa's hellhound companion, could have been an amusing addition, but his peculiar Scooby-Doo voice acting becomes intensely aggravating. The banter between Vanessa and Monty, voiced in a manner that grates on the nerves, fails to deliver engaging dialogue. Fortunately, beneath the ill-conceived narrative, Obey Me conceals a fairly competent action game. The combat system shines when focusing on the moment-to-moment action, providing an enjoyable experience. Vanessa begins with basic combos, a teleport dash, and throwable knives. As you progress, more weapons and combos unlock, and Monty gains additional moves, transforming into a fire-wreathed monster during combat. The top-down perspective and fast-paced combat create an action RPG vibe. Although the plot is somewhat linear, a variety of enemies keeps the battles engaging. However, the combat lacks depth, and the AI sophistication is limited. Attacks come from all angles, leading to a button-mashing experience. Nonetheless, it remains fun due to its fast-paced nature. Obey Me combines a competent brawler with a poorly crafted narrative. Despite the narrative's shortcomings, the game's enjoyable combat mechanics make it worth a try. At number 2 we have Home Sweet Home, a first-person horror game based around Siamese folklore. You play as Tim, and your wife Jane has been seeing supernatural entities, so much so that she's driven insane by it. One day, you wake up in an unfamiliar building. Unsure where your wife is, how you ended up in a creepy-ass building, or even where you are, you sought to escape this nightmarish place. As you explore your new surroundings, you'll encounter different ghosts from the Siamese folklore. You can also find various leaflets scattered around the area as you explore, so you can read about the background of these ghosts, what they are called, and how to deal with them. It is a really interesting read and gets you into the little-known folklore of Siamese ghosts. All the while, you'll be stalked by a ghost girl in school uniform, armed with a box cutter, and who can teleport from one location to another via bloodstains. You cannot fight in this game, so when she shows up, you have to hide inside lockers or make sure that you have something in between you and the ghost to break her line of sight. There's also a giant ghost in this game that will jump scare you as you explore. When you aren't surrounded by ghosts, you can take your time and explore your surroundings as there are plenty of collectibles to obtain. But the music and random sound effects in the environment will keep you on your toes and your heart pumping. The sound of the box cutter retracting and detracting from the schoolgirl's hand can also be very stressful to hear, because when she spots you, it's over, as she can seemingly teleport to your location to stab you with her box cutter. There are also puzzles in this game, but thankfully they aren't too difficult, as it is stressful enough feeling claustrophobic and alone with a bunch of ghosts trying to murder you. Home Sweet Home reminds me of Outlast, but with a lower budget. It isn't a long game, ranging from 2 to 4 hours, depending on how much exploration you're doing, with the last section of the game being the scariest, so it is worth a playthrough. And number 3 we have Escape the Backrooms, a thrilling horror game based around a popular creepypasta about the mysteries of the backrooms. The premise of the game is simple. You find yourself trapped in the backrooms, a strange and terrifying place that you need to escape. Along the way, you'll encounter many monsters and obstacles that you must overcome to survive and reach your goal. The game has a bit of a learning curve, especially in the first level, but once you get a hang of the controls, you'll find that it is quite fun. You'll need to find essential items that are scattered throughout the game, which adds an element of risk to the gameplay. One of the strengths of this game is the variety of maps. Each map is visually different and presents unique challenges. You'll need to adapt your strategies to each new challenge to stay alive. Additionally, the sound design is fantastic, with each monster having unique noises that you need to listen carefully to locate. You can have up to 4 players in a back room, running around, and you can communicate with your teammates using proximity voice chat. However, you need to be careful not to wander too far away, as the back rooms are confusing, and you can easily get lost. Furthermore, if you make too much noise, the entities will hear you and come for you, adding in a delay of tension to the game. It is highly recommended that you play with friends, as playing with random players can cause some frustration, especially those that tend to leave before completing levels. Overall, Escape the Backrooms is a great horror game, played solo or with friends, and it is perfect for newcomers to the genre as well as veterans. The game is tense and scary, but not so much that it will make you want to quit. So if you're a fan of horror games and like being scared while you play, this is a game for you. And number 4 we have Vampire's Dawn 3: The Crimson Realm. A hauntingly captivating 2D retro pixel RPG, plunging you into a world of vampires, blood, and tragedy. In this dark narrative, you embody Asghar Saran, venturing on a relentless journey where humanity's last hope rests on a secret mission to stave off extinction. This pixelated world beautifully encapsulates the grim and mysterious ambiance, with its open world teeming with hidden secrets and a dramatic storyline that will keep you enthralled for over 30 hours. Asghar Saran's journey amidst vampires and a world on the brink of annihilation is a truly immersive experience. The game's turn-based side-view combat system introduces a strategic layer that keeps battles engaging and challenging. The comprehensive magic system offers a wide array of spellcasting options. A unique feature of Vampire's Dawn 3 is the ability to transform humans into vampires and enlist them into your party. Additionally, you can summon an array of creatures like werewolves, demons, zombies, and skeletons for combat, providing a fresh take on the classic RPG formula. The pixel art and character portraits are visually striking, infusing the game with an eerie atmosphere. Despite the 2D style, the dark and moody visuals successfully transport you to a world that is both enchanting and disconcerting. The game boldly explores dark themes associated with vampires, including capture, sacrifice, decapitation, and cannibalism. While these themes may not suit all players, they add depth to the narrative, reinforcing the harsh realities of survival in a vampire-dominated realm. Vampire's Dawn 3: The Crimson Realm revitalizes the franchise with its compelling narrative, immersive gameplay, and impressive pixel art. While the game's mature themes might not be everyone's cup of tea, those who appreciate a complex and unforgiving narrative will find this game a captivating journey. It serves as a testament to the enduring appeal of retro RPGs, and is a valuable addition to any RPG enthusiast's collection. And number 5 we have the Coma Recut, a survival horror side-scrolling game. This eerie adventure invites you to step into the shoes of a Korean student named Young-ho as he navigates the horrors of his high school. The story kicks off with a familiar yet unsettling premise. Young-ho, stressed to the brim due to upcoming final exams, falls asleep while studying. What begins as a typical nightmare takes a terrifying turn when he awakens to find his school transformed into a nightmarish version of itself. As Young-ho attempts to uncover the truth behind this unsettling reality, he finds himself pursued by a monstrous entity that has taken on the form of his teacher, Miss Song. The game takes a psychological and mysterious approach to horror, and the narrative offers a sense of impending dread as Young-ho races against time to unravel the sinister forces at play. Visually, the Coma Recut stands out with its high-contrast graphics and comic book-style illustrations. Gameplay involves exploring the school, collecting notes, interacting with characters, managing resources, and attempting to evade the relentless monster pursuing Young-ho. The game incorporates elements like a stamina meter, health management, and the need to find items like bandages and antidotes to survive. Dodge rolling becomes a crucial mechanic for evading danger and maintaining your health. The game features multiple endings, encouraging replayability as the choices affect the outcome of the story. While some gameplay elements will become repetitive, particularly when facing low health situations, the Coma Recut offers a captivating blend of mystery and horror, making it an engaging experience for fans of the genre. With its compelling narrative and distinctive visual style, the Coma Recut is a game that horror and mystery enthusiasts will find both intriguing and chilling. Its multiple endings provide an incentive to replay and explore different story outcomes. And number 6 we have Red Tape, a game where you embark on a comically mundane journey through a hell like no other, a bureaucratic office building. As an angel who has fallen from grace, you transform from a grotesque Lovecraftian creature into a mundane office worker, complete with a suit and tie. Your mission? To climb the corporate ladder of this corporate hell. The game's charm lies in its intentional monotony. You'll find yourself performing tedious tasks reminiscent of an intern's job, from using the copy machine to fetching coffee, all with a quirky twist. For instance, you might have to persuade colleagues to let the cook amputate their legs for the sake of the company's meal plan. While this repetitive gameplay could be seen as a flaw, it's an integral part of the game's humor and satirical take on bureaucracy. Red Tape may have you trekking back and forth between the 9 floors of the office building, symbolizing the 9 circles of hell, which can become frustrating. But the game's humor, witty script, and unconventional presentation will keep you engaged. The game features low-poly environments populated by cardboard cutouts of historical figures like Cleopatra and Virgil, creating a unique Monty Python-like atmosphere. Despite its tedious nature, Red Tape manages to turn its monotonous premise into a punchline that works surprisingly well. The game's short duration prevents it from overstaying its welcome, providing a concise and enjoyable experience. Red Tape is not for everyone, but if you appreciate bizarre humor and are willing to embrace the mundane as part of the joke, this quirky take on hell as a bureaucratic office building is worth exploring. Its charming visuals and satirical approach to corporate drudgery make it an amusing, albeit peculiar, gaming experience. At number 7 we have The Beast Inside, a survival horror game that will have you play as 2 different characters across 2 different times. You start out as Adam, a cryptographer during the Cold War era who's moved to the countryside with his wife to find some peace. While exploring your new home, you find a notebook, and being a curious person that you are without knowing that you're in a horror game, you open it and your world just turned into hell. You're now tasked to uncover the mysteries of an unsolved murder that happened in a home from the past. The other character you'll play as is Nicholas, the resident of the same house back in 1864, returning to investigate a family mystery of his own. Nicholas has had a troubled past, having spent 10 years of his life in an asylum. Unfortunately, the nightmares of the past have come to life in Adam's time period, putting his own and his family's lives in danger. Both Adam and Nicholas have suppressed secrets and violent memories, dangers hidden within them. Most of the horror sections occur in the past, while puzzles and exploration happens in the present. The story is actually really good, as they intertwine 2 stories together smoothly. There are plenty of jump scares in this game, although a lot of them are predictable and over time you kinda come to expect them. The atmosphere is dark, literally, and there are some mechanics with light that you need to use. Some cutscenes are bloody, so if you have a queasy stomach, you have been warned. In terms of gameplay, you'll be doing the usual go find this, examine that, then use that to open a door. Oh look, it's a puzzle, let's solve it. In saying that, the puzzles are actually quite interesting as they help tell the story, and some can be challenging. This game features multiple endings, so if you want to see them all, you'll be playing this for quite some time. If you're into a good survival horror experience with a good story, I would recommend The Beast Inside. At number 8 we have House, an indie horror game. You play as Tabby, the youngest daughter in the family. You wake up in a seemingly normal home. You're not given any direction as to what to do. After playing a little while, you find the family members in your house. Your older sister Melody and your mother, who are doomed to meet their ends in the house, either by accident or by paranormal activity. You can either choose to save them or murder them yourself. While your mother may seem normal at first, for some reason she never wants you nor your sister to go into her room, nailing it shut. The house is trying to kill everybody in it. As to why it is trying to do so is a mystery that you need to solve. If the house doesn't kill you, when your father returns home at night, he'll do it himself. The story is very vague and intriguing, sparking many theories online. This game also features 4 endings, which will require multiple playthroughs to see them all. You'll also die a lot in this game due to traps, ghosts, your father, and you start over by waking up in your bed to start the day over. This is by design as you unlock more characters to talk to uncover the mystery of the house upon your resurrection. Deaths are shocking and unexpected, so if you shy away from sudden shocking scenes, here's a caution. The gameplay involves you looking for items and using them creatively to stop your death or the death of your sister and mother. An example of this is by putting a heavy object on a murder carpet to stop it from moving. Solutions will require trial and error. The clock is your true villain though, as you need to finish the game before your father gets home at night. Ghouls in the house will try to stop you by violently tearing you in half. Unexpected household items could serve as traps to skewer you, and of course, your own father. This game is great for a unique horror experience. The developers are also constantly updating the game, releasing new story arcs and so forth. However, the themes discussed in this game can be disturbing for many. At number 9 we have Spirit Hunter Deathmark, a captivating and eerie ghost story that combines atmospheric horror with challenging puzzles. As a protagonist, you find yourself in a foreboding mansion with no recollection of your identity, except for a strange mark on your arm and a business card. You soon learn that the mark is a curse inflicted by malevolent ghosts, and the only way to break it is by investigating and exorcising the ghost responsible. The game is divided into chapters, each focusing on a different ghost and the cursed individuals affected by them. You must explore haunting locations with a partner, gathering information and items to confront the vengeful spirits. The visuals and sound design create an immersive experience, with chilling encounters and unpredictable ghostly phenomena that keep you on the edge. The game emphasizes the tension and vulnerability of the protagonist by restricting your group size to 2 people, and you must lead and protect your partner throughout the harrowing journey. Time choices during live or die moments add additional pressure, as you must manage your spiritual power and make crucial decisions to survive. The game's intricate puzzles and scattered items contribute to the suspense, although some solutions will be less intuitive. Boss battles play a critical role in determining the outcome, with good and normal endings available depending on your success in appeasing or defeating the ghost. While the game offers a compelling horror experience, it includes some adult-rated scenes that may be off-putting to some players. Despite this, Spirit Hunter Deathmark delivers a satisfying and immersive horror adventure, with its atmospheric storytelling, challenging puzzles, and memorable characters. If you enjoy atmospheric horror and puzzle solving, this game is highly recommended. And number 10 we have Smile for Me, an adventure game where you're thrust into a quirky and unsettling world that defies conventional game genres. As a mute flower delivery person residing in The Habitat, a peculiar community in the mountains, your mission is to bring happiness to the miserable inhabitants under the enigmatic Dr. Habit's rule. The game's writing maintains a balance between quirky and sinister, offering a narrative that seamlessly alternates between moments of laughter and disturbing undertones. As you assist the Habitat's eccentric residents with tasks that range from absurd to sensible, the game's unusual atmosphere remains consistently captivating. The environment is marked by security cameras, paper-made staff members, and eerie public service announcements, evoking a sense of dread amidst the humor. Your interactions with the residents drive the game, and the characters are a major highlight. Each inhabitant comes with a distinct personality and a believable reason for seeking happiness. The characters' interconnections, whether through family, friendship, or romance, help create a tightly knit and immersive community within the game. Gameplay primarily revolves around solving puzzles and making choices using a nod and shake mechanic, as you answer yes or no questions through mouse movements. The puzzles, while mostly enjoyable, occasionally introduce time-sensitive elements and environmental obstacles. These blend seamlessly with the offbeat humor, adding depth to the gameplay. Smile for Me impresses with its unique presentation. The art style features flat, angular, and disquieting visuals that match the eccentric atmosphere, while the sound design complements each area's mood. The pseudo-language dialogue adds to the game's overall weirdness. Despite the quirky exterior, Smile for Me delves into deeper themes, creating an adventure that is equal parts heartwarming and bizarre. With a reasonable playtime and polished execution, this game offers a memorable experience for both newcomers and seasoned adventure gamers. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is actually pretty good for some creepy and scary games for Halloween. Sure, not all of them are intensely scary, but most of them are fun or interesting to play through and discover. Games that stood out to me are Home Sweet Home, Escape the Backrooms, The Coma, The Beast Inside, Red Tape, House, and Smile for Me. Although in saying that some of these games were already in previous bundles, so do check your Steam library. In any case, kindly show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel, and I look forward to connecting with you in the upcoming video.